For centuries, the Islamic world led the charge in scientific discoveries. Scholars of the Islamic Golden Age, like Ibn Sina and Al-Khwarizmi, made groundbreaking contributions in fields like medicine, astronomy, and mathematics. But today, the Muslim world faces a stark reality. Its scientific output has drastically diminished. What caused this decline? And can Islam and science coexist in the modern world? In today's video, we'll explore these questions through the lens of Pervez Hoodbhoy's book, Islam and Science, Religious Orthodoxy, and the Battle for Rationality. Let's start with the Islamic Golden Age, a period between the 8th and 13th centuries when the Muslim world was the global hub of scientific innovation. Scholars like Al-Kindi and Ibn Rushd not only preserved Greek knowledge, but expanded on it, creating new fields of study. During this time, there was a balance between faith and reason. Science was seen as a way to better understand God's creation. It was in this spirit that Islamic scholars made tremendous progress in mathematics, chemistry, and even early physics. But as Hoodbhoy points out, this period didn't last. By the 13th century, the scientific enterprise in the Islamic world began to crumble. What happened? The rise of religious orthodoxy played a significant role. Islamic thinkers like Al-Ghazali argued that relying on reason and empirical evidence could lead people away from faith. This view gained traction and eventually led to a widespread rejection of rationalism in favor of religious dogma. Hoodbhoy suggests that this shift had devastating consequences. While Europe embraced the Renaissance and the birth of modern science, the Islamic world became more insular, prioritizing religious orthodoxy over scientific inquiry. Fast forward to today. Hoodbhoy highlights that the state of science in most Muslim countries is dire. According to him, Islamic countries produce a fraction of the world's scientific research. Why? He points to two key factors: lack of investment in science and education, and the continued influence of religious orthodoxy. In some parts of the Muslim world, there's even a push for so-called Islamic science, which tries to reconcile modern science with religious texts. Hoodbhoy argues that this approach is misguided. Science, he says, should be universal, not confined to any religious or cultural boundaries. But does this mean that Islam and science are incompatible? Hoodbhoy doesn't think so. In fact, he argues that there's no inherent conflict between Islam and scientific inquiry. The real issue, he believes, is how we interpret religious teachings. If we embrace a more progressive interpretation, science and faith can coexist and even complement each other. The challenge is to foster a culture that values reason and empirical evidence while also respecting religious beliefs. For Muslim societies to thrive in the modern world, Hoodbhoy suggests that we must revive the spirit of inquiry that once defined the Islamic Golden Age. In conclusion, Islam and science calls for a shift in how we think about the relationship between faith and reason. Science isn't the enemy of religion, it's a tool to better understand the world. As we move forward, Muslim societies have the opportunity to embrace rationalism once again and reignite the spirit of innovation. What do you think? Can the Muslim world reclaim its scientific legacy? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on the intersection of science, history, and culture. Subscribe for more thought-provoking content.